Starting your own business is an idea that I'm sure many of us have had. Being your own boss, doing a job that you love every single day, it's an appealing prospect. The problem is, without a business background, many people don't actually know how to set up a business, or what's expected from them when getting it up on its feet. If this sounds like you, then you're in luck, because in today's video we're going to go through all the steps that you need to take to incorporate a limited company in the UK. Now, there is a lot of information that I'll be covering in this video, so I will be going over things quite quick. But if you require any more information on anything that I'm discussing, we will be releasing future videos breaking down the application process step by step for you. So with all of that said, I'm James from Unicorn XS, and this is how to incorporate a limited company in the UK. As stated on the government website, incorporation is the process by which a new or existing business registers as a limited company. Incorporating a company means it becomes its own entity, separate from the person running it, meaning your personal assets, such as your house and car, are protected from claims made against the business. Incorporating a company is done through Companies House via the government website. You are only able to incorporate your company if you intend to register it as a company limited by shares or limited by guarantee. So if your intention is different to this, for example, you want to be a sole trader or you're looking to set up a business partnership, we'll provide links in the description below for you to find out more information on setting up those, but for the purpose of this video, I will only be explaining how to incorporate a company limited by shares. Setting up a limited company protects your personal assets, it adds legitimacy to your business, and it sets the foundation for growth. So with all of that said, let's go through the process of how to set one up. So first things first, you're going to want to think of a company name. Now, try and be unique here and think outside the box. You'll want to think of something that represents what your business is, but makes it stand out from the competition. There are some words which cannot be approved for use, such as profanity and sensitive terminology, and other words that legally cannot be used unless you're able to prove that you can use them. And this is all done to prevent misinterpretation. So words such as charity and royal cannot be used unless your company is a charity or royally endorsed. You can visit this website to check that your name is not already used by another business before your application, and it's also worth noting that unfortunately no name can be reserved before the application process. With a name decided, you can now begin the process of incorporating your company. This next step should be relatively simple, as it will just be writing out information that you should already have at this point. Your company will need to have a registered office address, which is the official correspondence address for the company, along with at least one director and one shareholder. If you're setting up the business by yourself, however, then you can put yourself down as both the director and shareholder, stating that you own 100% of the business. The directors and shareholders will also be expected to supply a service address where they can be contacted. Now, this service address will be accessible online on the company register, so please do consider that when submitting your application. We recommend that you have the same address for both your registered office address and service address if possible, because that way all correspondence is being delivered to the same place. You will also need to identify anybody else of significant control in your company. So this will be anybody who has voting rights within the company or who has over 25% of the shares. After this, there will be certain pieces of documentation that are generated for your company. These are your memorandum and articles of association. Your memorandum is the legal statement signed by the shareholders agreeing to form the company. If you're registering online, this is automatically created for you and all you'll need to do is provide a digital signature. However, if you're applying via post, you can find and download a template from the government website. The Articles of Association are the written and agreed rules for running your company to be signed and agreed upon by the director, secretary, and the company's shareholders. You can either use standard articles or write and submit your own. All you need to do now is decide on a standard industrial classification code for your company. You are able to choose up to 4 codes from a list provided on the government website, selecting whichever codes best fit your company. Now, you may not know what best describes your company at the moment, or over time you may expect your company to transform into something else entirely. So don't worry too much about this right now, because whatever you do choose can be changed in the future. The last thing worth noting is a part of the application which will talk about the records you'll be expected to keep whilst your business is running. Have a read through it to familiarise yourself with it, but we will be going more in depth on these records in a later video for you. Now with all of that done, you're ready to submit your application. There are 3 different methods of applying: web services, electronic software filing, and paper filing. Electronic software filing is for people who have their own software codes connected to Companies House and is typically done by third-party members. So for that reason, I'll just be focusing on web services and paper filing for now, as these are the most likely methods you'll end up using. Web services is the quickest and easiest way to register. There is a £12 setup fee, which is paid via card or PayPal, and standard submissions will take around 24 hours to be processed. This is all done via the government website, and we'll provide a link in the description below for you. Paper filing costs £40, with the fee payable via a cheque addressed to Companies House. This application takes around 8 to 10 days to be processed, once it's been received via post. Or alternatively, if you're an iOS user, then you can now use the Unicorn XS app to incorporate your own limited company. We've streamlined the process to make it as quick and simple as possible, because we believe that anyone can be an entrepreneur. All you need is a great idea and Unicorn XS. Once your application has been processed and approved, you'll receive a certificate of incorporation, which proves your company legally exists and shows the company name alongside the date of formation. So you can think of it like a birth certificate for your newborn company. And with all of that done, there you have it. You've been able to incorporate your company in the UK. Thank you all so much for watching this video. We hope that you've been able to find it useful, and if you need any more information on anything that I've discussed, then feel free to ask us in the comment section below, or subscribe to our channel and keep your eyes peeled for our upcoming videos breaking down the process for you. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you in the next video.